Hello my friends, Bella Maldonado here, and today we are going shopping. We're shopping for your favorite tarot reader, and if your favorite tarot reader happens to be you, then we're shopping for you. If you don't know exactly what to get, these are just things to inspire you. So, the first item that we are looking at is Divine Your Dinner, a cookbook for using tarot as your guide to magical meals. And I thought this was pretty clever. So I'm just going to go over some of the images here. And it starts off with Tarot 101 and just kind of gives you a very brief history of the cards, talks about the major arcana and the minor arcana. And then there's a section on the different elements, right? So they talk about swords and how swords correspond to air, but in this cookbook, they also correspond to poultry. Because, I mean, air, poultry, birds fly in the air. I thought that was pretty clever. You'll see that each tarot card has its own unique recipe. So there are 78 different recipes in here. And the idea is you grab your deck, pull out a card, and then you can figure out what you're going to have for dinner. So for example, this is the Three of Swords, and it corresponds to Southern fried hot honey wings. And you have to love the image for the Three of Swords. I mean, if you're familiar with the Three of Swords, there's the heart in the middle that is pierced by three different swords. But this is chicken wings. I mean, come on. This is pretty fun to have around. So this one is Six of Wands, and it's Yucatan style lamb shoulder tacos. And there's your recipe. So this looks like a lot of fun. I definitely put this on my wish list. It comes in Kindle form for $5.99 and hardcover for $13.89. Next item we are going to look at are necklaces. So these are 18 karat gold plated, and there are different major arcana cards represented. So the one that we're looking at right now is the Empress, the Lovers, the Magician, the Moon, and they also come in silver. So these are the same ones that we saw just before, but in silver. And then here's the Star. That one's really cute. And the Sun, the Wheel, the World, and the Star in gold. And if we look at some of the images just for sizing, you can see it around somebody's neck. It's not big and obnoxious. It's actually cute and dainty. And they go for $18.99. Next up, we have these. At first, I thought, oh, more jewelry, but it's not. It's a mold to make your own jewelry out of resin. And it has slots for all 22 major arcana cards. So if we do a little close-up, you can see on the top left, we've got the Hierophant, and underneath that, we have Temperance, and then the Wheel of Fortune. And up at the top, we have the High Priestess. And there's like a little place in the mold to put a little diamond bead. And the kit comes with the little diamond beads. Obviously, they're not real diamonds. But, you know, you can make necklaces, maybe a keychain, or whatever you want with these molds. And let's look at some of the other pictures here. So you can see the sizes. According to this, the molds are microwave safe and dishwasher safe. And you could probably just use your imagination to use these molds for other types of jewelry. And these go for $11.99 on Amazon. The next item is a keychain. Oh, I mentioned a keychain earlier. So you can use the molds to make your own keychain, or if you're not the crafty type, get the keychain already made. So here we have keychains from a skeleton tarot deck. So here's an example of the Death card, and the Death card in a gold color. I have to be careful to say gold color because these are obviously not gold. Here's Judgment, Justice, Strength, the Empress, and they have many of the other major arcana cards represented. And let me just look at some of the other images. Here's one in the hand, so you can get a general idea of the size, and these go for $8.99. Next up, we have rings, and this is just one ring, and it's the Star card. and you have the option of getting a size 6, 7, 8, or 9. And when you look at the price, I think it depends on the size. So if I wanted a size 7 ring, that would be $20.99. But it's a cute little ring. They don't have a lot of picture options. It's just these two, but still a cute little idea for your tarot card reader. Next up, we have a collection of clear stamps. And there are 30 different stamps in this set. So if we do a close-up, you'll see there is a strip that is the phases of the moon, a strip of little stars. There's some crescent moons and suns. There's some notes that say hello and love you to the moon and back. There's a hand with an eye in the palm. So there's lots of little mystical images in this stamp set. We've got the various zodiac signs. So this is a lot of fun to use if you have a tarot journal or just a regular journal. And if you're not very good at drawing, you can use these stamps over and over again to make little notes. And these go for $4.99. Next up, we have a sticker book. And it has over 2,500 stickers. And the stickers are basically just a complete set of tarot cards. So if you have a tarot journal and you're not good at drawing or don't want to go through the bother of drawing every single card, especially if you are the type of person who likes to keep track of the various spreads that you've done and what the reading meant on a particular day, you can just peel out a sticker and put the stickers in the shape of your spread. Or if you are just taking notes and learning how to read tarot cards, you can peel a sticker and write little notes on what each of those cards mean. And you can use these stickers in a variety of ways. And it goes for $14.46. Next up, we have washi tape. I mean, I can't have a holiday gift guide and not include washi tape. So this particular set has 19 rolls, and if you look closely, a lot of the images on the rolls are very celestial. There's lots of stars, planets, moons, constellations. So again, all in the theme that your tarot reader would probably appreciate, and these are also useful for journaling or even wrapping gifts, making something look a little more festive. So again, if you have a crafty tarot reader, this washi tape might be the way to go. And it goes for $7.59. Next, we have decks. So this one is part of a series called Seasons of the Witch. This particular one I'm highlighting because it is the Imbolc Oracle, and this is I believe this is one of the most recent ones in the series to come out. It came out last month, and here's a close-up of the art, which is quite lovely. So if you're someone who celebrates the Sabbats, or if you know someone who does, this is a nice little oracle deck to gift somebody. Again, this one in particular is for Imbolc, but they've done other seasons as well. They've done Lammas, they've done Mabon, Samhain, Yule, Beltane, Letha, so you can look those up as well. The price for this particular deck is $18.46, and it's by Lorraine Anderson and Juliette Diaz, and it's illustrated by Tijana Lukovic. Next up is another deck, and this one is not an oracle but a tarot, and it's called the Relative Tarot. And I wanted to bring this one up because in my particular tarot practice, I definitely incorporate ancestor work in my practice. So this one is the Relative Tarot, and it's called Your Ancestral Blueprint for Self-Discovery, and there's 82 cards and a full color guidebook. So let's do a close-up so we can get a better look at the cards, and you'll see that they use old-timey photos, old black and white photos, so that it definitely has that feeling of connection with your ancestors, but it also incorporates images from the Rider-Waite Smith deck. So you'll see the oval from the World card on this Universe card, and if we look at the Queen of Pentacles, That pentacle is very much Rider-Waite-Smith. If we look at the sun card, you can easily recognize that sun from the Rider-Waite-Smith, but you'll see how they've kind of used it in a collage with very old-timey images. The Hierophant, Nine of Wands. And let's just click on some of these others so you can see what else is in here. This is the Magician and the Star. So this is a really great deck if you want to connect to your ancestors. And this is by Carrie Paris and Tina Hart, and they go for $24.94. And next, I also wanted to share The Beloved Dead, which is also by Carrie Paris and Tina Hart. And as opposed to a tarot deck, this is an oracle deck. Again, it's to help connect with your ancestors, to get to know them better. And it's got kind of the similar feel of the tarot deck, but it doesn't necessarily have the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, but it still has, it's still a collage deck that has imagery of very old black and white photos. And this oracle deck goes for $29.53. Next on the list, we have, again, staying with the ancestral theme, we have Ancestral Grimoire. This is meant to be a guide that helps you connect with your ancestors. It helps you access their wisdom. It helps you access their magic. And you can create basically your own spell book that is unique to your heritage. And I thought this was a really great idea. So you can get it on Kindle for $9.99 or paperback for $12.29. Next up, by the same author, we have Ancestral Tarot. And if we look at the back of the book, you'll see that it helps you identify and access ancestral gifts and messages and powers. You can use genealogy to find your recent and ancient ancestors, navigate the confusing maze of DNA and ethnic heritage, and use tarot cards to discover ancestors you may not have known you had. And there's other things that are covered in this book. But again, if you want to be more in touch with your ancestors, I think these last couple of options are a must-have. So you can get this on Kindle for $9.99 or paperback $11.89. And it looks like there's also an audio CD version as well. Next up, we have Los Simbolos. So if your favorite tarot card reader is a Spanish speaker, this might be a very thoughtful gift. So not only is this book written in their language, but it's also a deep dive into the symbolism within the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's got 583 pages and it's all in color, and it goes for $30.12. Up next, we have the Darkwood Tarot mini deck. So the Darkwood Tarot has been around for a while, and it's by Sasha Graham and illustrated by Abigail Larson. So if you're a big fan and either you already have the deck or you don't because you've been wanting a smaller version, here you go. And if you already have the deck, well, now you can get a travel size. I am a huge fan of Abigail Larson. I love her artwork. So let me click on some of the images in case you've never seen this deck before. It is definitely worth taking a look. So it's got that graphic novel feel to it, and the images are just beautiful. I believe the mini came out this past October. Oh, yes, it says it right here, October 8th. So you can get the mini deck for $13.99. Next up, we have a ceramic teacup for fortune telling. It's a novelty gift, but it's still pretty cool. So on the outside of the cup, it says, "Mysterious things I see while telling fortunes in tea." And this comes with an instruction booklet, and it tells you how to read tea leaves in this particular cup. So you'll see on the inside of the cup, it's got little symbols along the rim. And I think part of the instructions are, it tells you how to prepare the tea and how to turn it upside down, and then the tea leaves will fall in certain symbols. within the cup. And the booklet will tell you what each of those symbols mean and how to do a reading. So it's a cute little gift, I think, for your tarot card reader, especially if they're toying with the idea of reading tea leaves. This might be a good intro to get them into it. So the price here looks like it's on sale. It says minus 29%, so I don't know how long it's going to be minus 29%, but right now it's $28.49, so grab it while you can. Next up, we have another teacup. This is not for fortune telling. This is just merely for looking pretty next to your tarot cards. So this one has a moon on the outside, and along the rim of the cup, you'll see the moon written in different languages. Let's just take a look at some of these other images. So inside, you'll see a crescent moon. And even the box is pretty, so you can definitely give that as a gift, and it has a nice presentation to it. It's about 4.8 inches wide and 3.2 inches tall, and it's made with 100% porcelain. You can throw it in the microwave, throw it in the dishwasher. Always something that I like to see. And it goes for $32.99. Up next, we have a tarot apron. I mean, come on, that's pretty fun. So if your favorite tarot card reader likes to cook, here's a little apron for them. And look, it's nice and long, and it's got pockets. Look, you can stick spatulas and spoons in there. This is fantastic. It says it's waterproof. Yeah. So this is a fun little gift, and it goes for $11.99. Next up, we have car air fresheners. And there are 12 pieces to each order. So you can see right here the different major arcana cards that are represented. And they come in different scents. So there's the new car smell, ocean, vanilla, black ice. I don't know what black ice smells like, but you know, maybe that's a mystery smell that you can figure out on your own. There's bubblegum and leather. And it's 2.1 inches wide by 3.8 inches tall. And this is what it looks like hanging on your rear view mirror. But if you don't have a car, you can also use these in other ways. Like in this picture, somebody's hanging it from a lamp in their room. Or maybe you can use it as an air freshener in your closet, right? You don't have to limit it to just your car. So if your tarot reader does not have a car, don't think you can't get this gift. And it goes for $9.99 for 12 pieces. Next up. So I went outside of Amazon for a little bit, and I found this tarot stamp set from Writual Planner. And it goes for $45. And you'll see that all of the major arcana cards are represented, plus they also have stamps for each of the elements. So you have one for cups, pentacles, swords, and wands. And this stamp set comes with a 1-inch black ink pad, and it also comes with a 1-inch acrylic block to help you stamp. But these are lots of fun for crafting, making cards, journal entries, etc. And we have this other item from Taschen. And if you've seen my holiday guide from last year, I included a book by Taschen called Tarot, and it just shows you tarot decks over the ages, and it's a beautiful book, and I mentioned that it would make a great coffee table book. So this year, this is brand new. It just came out. It's called The Tarot of A.E. Waite and P. Colman Smith, and it makes a great gift set. Now, it's a little pricey. It's $125, so I don't know if you want to spend that much on your tarot card reader friend, but if you do, or if you want to spend it on yourself, I mean, this looks like a great gift. So if we scroll through the pictures, you'll see that it comes with this large book that's written by Johannes Fiebig. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it goes into a little bit of the history of the Rider-Waite Smith deck. It also comes with a facsimile of author Edward Waite's Key to the Tarot, as well as a facsimile of the 1910 original tarot deck edition by Waite and Smith. And we can click through You can see those items a little close up. There's the deck. And here's the book where you can read on the history. And here's a little peek on the inside. You'll see the history of Waite Smith Tarot. It talks about the major and minor arcana, as well as some other interesting tidbits. And it's in color. And it really looks like it's beautifully done. So again, if this is money that you're willing to spend, this would make a great gift. Well, my friends, if you got some good ideas for gift giving or just for adding items on your own wish list, be sure to give this video a like, por favor. And if you want to see more crafty things that I do with tarot, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Enjoy your holidays and don't forget to tip your tarot reader. Bye for now.